The next question that may come to people's mind is how long should it be? For example, they want to cover a certain topic and it may not require 500 pages or 300
I hope
pages.
not. Yeah, I hope not. So an ebook will usually be a little shorter than you might think of certainly a physical book. Never going to be 1,200 pages, but but it depends on your topic and it depends on your strategy. I think people kind of agree that people's attention span is a little bit shorter than it used to be. So I guess what I want to say is it needs to give solid value, some solid value. You know, it needs to be worth the price that you're charging. So it shouldn't be like a freebie. You know, it should offer something solid. And it so you know, anywhere from 20 to 100 pages is probably a good length, I guess I would say. And you know, the more pages, the more you can charge for it. And you know, the more technical maybe, or the more, depending on your target market. If it's more corporate, it could be a higher cost maybe, or if it's, you know, it just depends. But the length, you know, basically I would say you don't want to give everything away, but you want to give something solid away, something meaningful away, and then just write it and see how it turns out. You know, maybe it's so long that you want to have, you know, part 1 and part 2 and break it up into 2 books. You could do something like that. You could do something like, I have a book that I co-wrote with somebody, and it's on Amazon, and it's about building an online business, but we did one for speakers and one for authors. So you could have a slightly different niche and break it up that way. Yes, it's just really up to you, as long as you feel like you're giving people good value for the price.
This is also a very, very important idea. I'm so glad you mentioned it, that niching it down, even if it is very similar, but niching it down and adjusting it to a particular audience immediately increases the perceived value.